Evil has a new face.
Alright, I know. Those of you who are probably looking at the title of this video are already probably thinking, what are you talking about? That'll never happen. So, let me first get this out of the way. There is no way in absolute hell that Konami will do anything to this card, because this card, of course, is an SR rarity or higher inside of an actual box set. So, of course, right off the bat, what I'm going to be saying is not going to be realistic. It's not going to happen. But that doesn't, excuse my opinion on what I feel about the card and what I feel like they should have done or should not have done in the first place with this card. One being, this card never should have came to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Why is that? This card, in my personal opinion, now keep in mind this entire video is my opinion only, so if you don't like my opinion, that is perfectly fine. You can tell me what your opinion is in a comment below, and we'll definitely read them over and see what's going on and see what all you guys think. So just keep that in mind when you're watching this video. But nonetheless, like I said, I don't feel that Treacherous Trapple should be in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links only uses 3 monster zones. It's not like the TCG where you have 5. We only have 3. Being able to take out 66% basically of the board instantly is not okay. And a lot of you are probably thinking, but Treacherous Trapple, it has its limitations, blah, blah, blah. Treacherous Trapple right now is the #1 use trap in the entire game. It is so good, in fact, that it makes Walla D look like a puppy. I mean, it even is better than Mirror Force. Yeah, oh my god, people's going to be freaking out now because I said that. But let's take a moment to dissect that information. Mirror Force, all your opponent's monsters have to be in attack position, and then they have to initiate an attack before you can actually blow them off the field. You know, that'd be great. Cool, you could take out all 3 of their monsters. Alright. However, you can play around that very easily. People will be expecting that, right? You know, it's kind of like Walla D. You know what's coming because it'll be a trap that's not chainable in other, in other phases of the game. So you know what it probably is going to be, especially if you are very understanding and knowledgeable of the current meta in the game. So that card in itself will be very playable, to get around, just like Walla D. But Treacherous Trapple, on the other hand, it could be played at any point of the in any part of the duel. During either player's turn. It's just completely insanity. As soon as your opponent has a second monster in the field, boom, you can pop it. GG, your board's clear. And most duels are won by whoever draws Treacherous Trapple first. That's why a lot of people are running 2. Some people are even getting crazy running 3 copies in like a Fur Hire deck, or they're running it with Heroes, or they're running it, of course, with Amazonas, or they're just running it in a pure stall deck. Really, you can run in any deck in the entire game right now because it's that powerful. And it's like, it just should not exist in the world of Duel Links right now, at least until we get like way better ways of dealing with it. And a lot of people are like, but you can play around it. You could say that excuse for every single card in the entire game, so don't come at me with that excuse, sorry to tell you. But that point is redundant at this point, and I don't want to hear it anymore. You can play around every single card in the entire game. Yes, we know that. There are counters to everything in the game. But are the counters consistent? Are those counters going to be fast enough? Are they going to be enough to consistently take care of this trap card? No. The answer is no. You could be the best player in the world and still are going to get hit by Treacherous Trapple quite often because it is that good. Like I said, you could play it in my turn, your opponent's turn, during any of the phase of the game, basically. Right? You could even use your own monster as a sacrificial lamb to take out one of their monsters that you need to get rid of. Even with Wiz on the field for like a Fur Hire deck, you still have ways to get around that, especially if you have 2 copies of Treacherous Trapple in your back row. You could play around Wiz easily. If you have any other kind of back row that you can bait Wiz into, boom, you got that as well. And even know that the card is on the field, because a lot of people have been coming at me telling me, but, most times you know what that trap card is, especially if you're playing Fur Hire and they set a back row. You know it's pretty much 99.9% going to be Treacherous. That's fine. Knowing what the back row is not the problem. It's how you deal with it. Do you try to overachieve and put another monster in the field, risking them blowing it up? Or, I mean, even putting one monster in the field, you still risk them sacrificing one of their monsters to blow you up. Because it works in such swarm-heavy decks that they can come back from even sacrificing their own monster, especially if it's a Fur Hire deck, for example, or even Heroes, for that matter, can even use that because they have Drill Dart giving them a second monster, so they have basically a second option to use as a sacrifice if they feel they need to. Otherwise, they're going to wait for you to make your move and you summon a second monster, and then they're just going to blow your field up. They're going to nuke you instantly. Your monsters can be in attack position, face down position, defense position. It doesn't matter. Treacherous Chapel is going to nuke you. That is why it is much, much superior to Mirror Force. If Mirror Force was in the game right now, Treacherous would still be better trap. Plain and simple. The facts are there. If you don't believe me, go play on the ladder for a few hours. Then come back and talk to me. Mirror Force at this point is not even the better trap of the two, because Treacherous in Duel Links is just so powerful because of taking out 2 out of 3 of your monster zones like nothing. I've even seen some combos where people were running Treacherous and Treacherous in their back row. They'd pop both and take out all 3 of your monsters. Just completely eliminate your board. That is disgusting. Now, there are a select few ways to kind of deal with Treacherous Chapel right now. You could run a Jinzo, for example, but I mean, Jinzo can get crashed into easily, so Jinzo is really not a viable option. You know, I even seen people run Jinzo against Amazonas, but then they just crash with Queen anyway, and boom, boom, that's all she wrote. So I mean, that is not a viable option either. You got Cosmic Cyclone, but then again, Cosmic Cyclone is also going to take 1,000 of your life points to activate that card. And then if you guess wrong, or even if you get rid of the one Treacherous Chapel, since it's being banished, if they run a second copy, they can still hit you with it later in the duel, or even during that same period of time, depending on how many they have in their back row. Because Cosmic Cyclone banishes, it doesn't send it to the grave, so they can still activate Treacherous Chapel. And there's not even really a way to even nerf it, because even if Konami did get some balls and actually start nerfing cards of SR plus rarity in a box set, how are you going to nerf a card that most people can run one of and still be just fine? You know, I mean, the card just running one in your deck is just very destructive rather. And if you're running with Endless Trap Hell, it's even more disgusting, which you'll see that with Amazonas, with Canadia quite often. Very disgusting combo there. I mean, I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, but it's just like Treacherous Chapel is just too powerful, too strong. It's too it just messes up the duel so much. And people who run it, you know, no hate for them, because why wouldn't you run it? What reason would you not have to run it? The card is so good, it's OP, it's ridiculous. And honestly, I think the game just does not need it. It should not have been here. I don't know what Conan was thinking bringing it to the game at all. I do not understand why, because I mean, like I said, it's only a card you only need 1 of. 2 if you want to be more consistent, but man, 1 alone can do so much damage and completely swing the duel in your favor completely. It's like a battle of who's going to draw into it first. And I've seen a lot of people drawing into it first hand like all the time, because I mean, you're only running a 20 card deck. So if you're running 2, you got 2 out of 18 chance to have that in your starting hand basically, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Actually, it's even higher than 2 out of 18 because you're going to start with 4 cards. So, I mean, it's insane. It's insane. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this card in the comment section below. Do you think this card really should have never came to Duel Links? Do you think that the card being in Duel Links already means that Konami just does not care about balance? They don't care really about the speed of the battles of duels. I mean, I know this game is supposed to be a speed duel style, but at one point does the game become too fast or too coin toss heavy, where basically whoever goes first or second got game? You know, at what point do we say enough is enough? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section below. I just wanted to take a little, you know, time out of my day here to talk about this for you guys. I'm very curious what you guys all think about it as well. I mean, Treacherous Chapel, in my personal opinion, it just needs to go. Matter of fact, it should have just never been here. Honestly, I just, you know, that's just my opinion, though. I want to hear what your guys' opinion is below. We'll read them up, see what's going on. Maybe we'll talk about it in our next live stream as well. But I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day wherever you are. Until next time, peace. Oh, make sure you subscribe if you're new to becoming an Impact player today. And join us in the description below to our Discord, which I almost completely forgot to say. So, anyways, peace.